Hello, my name is Michael Andersen, and you're listening to Safeguard Your Money. By trade, I'm an investment advisor, financial educator, and retirement planner. My practice is based here in Easton with other offices in Cambridge and in Annapolis. So thank you for listening today. I want to encourage you to stay with me for the next 30 minutes as I discuss some critical issues regarding your financial security. Now, if you need to reach me, you can do so by calling 410-690-4894 or by visiting my webpage, safeguardmoney.com. Now, in case you're a first-time listener, before we begin with today's topic, a better strategy for income in retirement, let's review a few of the past topics. Our past shows have focused on some very important issues that pre-retirees and retirees face today. The very first topic we need to review is the most important question you need to ask the individual who is managing your money. Now, there's two questions I'm asked by virtually every person that walks into my office looking for a second opinion on their financial plan. These are important questions to ask, but not, in my opinion, the most important. So the first usually is, how long have you been doing this? Now, experience is important, but in my opinion, it's not the most important qualification when selecting someone to manage your life savings. Here's the other one. How much do you charge? Or maybe, how do you get paid? Again, I agree, this is critical, but in my opinion, it's not the most important question. Although the second part of that question, how do you get paid, can offer a clue as to what I'm discussing here. Now, what an advisor charges is important, but it's not nearly as important as having someone who can help you avoid the catastrophic losses incurred by most people from 2000 to 2002 and from October of 2007 through March of 2009. So, to review, in my opinion, what is the most important question you need to ask the person managing your money? Here it is. Who do you work for, me or the company? You see, what this really boils down to here is, are you working with an advisor who's held to the fiduciary standard? That means the advisor is legally bound to put the client's best interest first. Most brokers are held to a much lower standard. It's called suitability, and believe it or not, this actually allows the broker to do what's best for the company rather than the client. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I see many people in my office looking for a second opinion, and it's obvious when I look at their portfolio that the broker is doing what's best for the company. This is so unfortunate because this is someone's life savings, their financial future. Their very future security is being compromised because the brokerage firm is allowed to do what makes them more money. Please take my advice here today and call our office for a free portfolio review and comparison. We'll spend some time with you and review your current positions. Our analysis will show you many things you most likely don't know how to do yourself and can provide valuable insights into how you're truly invested. Understand the amount of risk you're taking and the history of your current investments in the all-critical down markets. Now, why is that important? Well, because if you've lost money before, it's most likely that you'll do it again. Don't let this happen to you the next time we have a crisis. You can reach my office at 410-690-4894. We take appointments in Easton on Monday and Friday, in Annapolis on Tuesday and Wednesday, and in Cambridge on every other Thursday. Now, there's many more things we will accomplish during this time together that time doesn't allow me to discuss today. So I hope you accept my invitation to call our office and schedule a portfolio review and comparison. This is a completely free service we offer to listeners of this program, and there's absolutely no obligation on your part. The only thing you have to lose is maybe an hour of your time. By the way, at the beginning of the show, I mentioned that I'm a longtime financial educator. I believe in financial education and have for years taught classes on retirement planning and other subjects. You can find a schedule of my classes at my website, safeguardmoney.com. We offer classes in Annapolis, Kent Island, Y Mills, Easton, and Salisbury. Now, they fill up fast, so if you have an interest in taking one, please sign up today. Some of the classes have a fee associated, while others are free of charge, although we do encourage you to make a tax-deductible donation to a local charity when you come to one of the free events. Now, another program topic I want to review is Social Security income maximization. Did you know that the Social Security Administration will not counsel you on the most efficient strategy to maximize your benefit? On average, across the United States, with the baby boom population reaching retirement age, there are roughly 10,000 people a day, every day, for the next 20 years turning 65. It's a simple numerical problem. The Social Security Administration just doesn't have the manpower to assist all those individuals with planning. Now, there are well over 500 different strategies for the average married couple to consider, so this takes a bit of time. Usually, though, I tend to focus on the 10 most popular. The reason those strategies are the most popular is they are usually the strategies that produce the greatest lifetime payouts. And what surprises me is most people don't know of these optional strategies and how to maximize the benefit. Now, filing for Social Security is a milestone event in someone's life. They've worked their entire adult life for this benefit, and not understanding all your options can be very expensive. How expensive? Well, I found that the average married couple could easily be leaving an extra $100,000 of retirement income on the table unclaimed because they didn't know that other options existed. Would an extra $100,000 or more in income make a difference in your retirement? Maybe for a friend or a family member's retirement? Now, here's another shocking point. That income, the $100,000, is based on most statistical lifetimes, not factoring in the longer lifetimes many people are living. In fact, the age 90-plus segment of our population is one of the fastest growing. And if someone lives to that age, these extra strategies could easily mean an extra $200,000 of retirement income. At a time when more and more people are facing the fear of outliving their money, leaving this much income on the table unclaimed makes no financial sense. It all starts with education, and that's where we can help. Our office has advanced software you can calculate your Social Security benefits based off the information on your own statement. We can show you how to maximize your benefit and increase the probability of getting the most benefit possible during your retirement years. You worked for this benefit. You earned it. Please accept my invitation for a free Social Security analysis. This will take less than an hour in my office, and you'll be prepared to walk into the Social Security office and claim the maximum benefit for your retirement. Call my office right now if you're within 5 years of retiring, because learning this information early allows you to structure your retirement plans around this new income strategy, which in my opinion increases your probability for a successful retirement. Now, if you're just joining us, my name is Michael Andersen, and this is the Safeguard Your Money Show. I work as an investment advisor and financial educator with offices in Easton, Annapolis, and Cambridge. You can reach me at safeguardmoney.com or by telephone at 410-690-4894. Okay, let's get back to our program. You know, one thing I'm really concerned about, you see, there's a certain risk that every retiree who is withdrawing from their portfolio for income takes. And what's shocking to me is I've yet to speak with someone who's even heard of this risk. This risk is, in my opinion, the biggest risk you will take during your lifetime. On a prior show, we spent a lot of time discussing sequence risk and what is so important about it and how it applies to you. So what is sequence risk exactly, and how do you measure how it applies to you? Well, basically, sequence risk is when and how you earn your investment returns. One of the best examples I've ever seen shows two retirees, each starting with the same amount of money in retirement. They're going to withdraw the same amount and increase that withdrawal the same percentage in order to account for inflation during retirement. In the example, they both earn 7.5% during years 4 through 27 of their retirement. So the difference is that one of them earns 7.5% the first 3 years, in addition to years 4 to 27, and the other suffers a 10% loss in year 1. In year 2, they suffer a 5% loss, and in year 3, they earn nothing. So one of our retirees suffers some small losses in the first years and makes nothing in year 3, compared to the other guy who makes 7.5% during those years. Now, in the final 3 years of our 30-year example, our first person experiences the losses the other person experienced in their first years. So in year 28, they lose 10%, year 29, they lose 5%, and in year 30, they break even. Our person who lost in the first 3 years earns 7.5% during years 28 to 30. So basically, we have years 4 to 27 that they both make the exact same return, but person number 1 makes 7.5% in the first 27 years and suffers losses late. And person 2 suffers small losses the first 2 years, makes nothing in year 3, then earns 7.5% years 4 to 30. How does this work out for them? It's absolutely incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Our first retiree in year 30 still has almost 80% of his savings intact. That's an incredibly successful retirement. Our second retiree, the one who suffered small losses the first 2 years, they run out of money in the 21st year. This is an incredible difference and illustrates the importance of not losing money the first 3 to 5 years of retirement. Now think about this person for a moment. The first couple of years, those weren't huge losses. They were probably annoying more than anything. Frustrating maybe, but nothing like the losses from 2000 to 2002 or 2007 to 2009. During those periods, the stock market, as measured by the S&P 500, lost 47% and 57% respectively. So this person probably has no idea the damage that had been done to their retirement plans. And unfortunately, the damage will not be evident until it's most likely too late. Maybe 12 to 15 years into their retirement, it'll become evident that, barring a miracle, they're going to run out of money. The question is, how does someone go back to work after 12 to 15 years of being retired in order to make the savings to rebuild their portfolio? The answer is that it's nearly impossible to do. The solution here is to not suffer loss early in retirement. At all costs, in my opinion, you should seek to avoid losses. And unfortunately, most advisors and brokers think losses are okay, because after all, the market will come back. While that has always been true, I've seen the effects of 2000 to 2002 starting to show up in retirees from that time now. At such a critical phase in their lifetime, some of the people who suffered those losses are on a course to exhaust their savings. This is the most avoidable retirement crisis I can think of, but the choice is yours. We have some great information on sequence risk, and as the old saying goes, education is the beginning of understanding. So please call our office and request the sequence risk material, and we'll be sure to have it ready for you. Or schedule a meeting and sit down for an illustration on how this applies to your individual situation. As with our other offers, this is a free service we will provide to listeners of this show. Now, if you're just joining me, my name is Michael Andersen. This is the Safeguard Your Money Show. I work as an investment advisor and financial educator with offices in Easton, Annapolis, and Cambridge. You can reach me at safeguardmoney.com or by phone at 410-690-4894. So I hope you found that review of our past topics helpful and informative and useful to your situation. So let's talk about today's topic. One of the foundational strategies used by many brokers to provide their clients income during retirement. It's something called the 4% rule, and it requires a strategy known as asset allocation to work. Now, both of these theories are being challenged today. Many people have come to see them as flawed. The problem is that the experiment is occurring with people's retirement and financial security. I'm going to talk to you today about a different way to accomplish what the brokers are trying to do. Now, before I tell you about my strategy, let me ask you, would you feel more comfortable with a strategy for retirement income that requires 100% of your life savings to generate the income you need, or one that typically needs somewhere in the range of 40 to 70% of your savings to generate the same income? The first strategy leaves you exposed to sequence risk the other does not. When explaining this concept to potential clients and then showing them how it works, they're shocked to learn there's another way to get the income they need in retirement, and then to also learn we can eliminate what I consider the greatest financial gamble they'll take during their lifetime, sequence risk. Simply put, they can't believe they haven't heard of this and that more people are using it. The difference, very simply, is knowing that your income source is safe and secure. It cannot be lost or interrupted, and in some cases has a built-in inflation hedge that gives them the opportunity to potentially double their income during a 20-year retirement, maybe even triple it during a 30-year retirement. How is this possible? Why aren't more people utilizing this? Well, that takes me back to my first review point. Who does your advisor or broker really work for? You or the company? Are they following the company's business plan or doing what's best for you? If you've never heard of this concept, then perhaps that'll give you the answer to that question without you ever needing to ask it. What is this strategy, and how can it be so much better than what everyone else is doing? Well, remember, asset allocation basically needs all of your savings to generate the income needed during retirement. If you spend additional funds from your savings, then you're really depleting your future income source. So most retirees feel they can't afford to spend on a big luxury item for fear of further damaging their already uncertain financial future. So how do I approach this problem? I practice a strategy. I refer to it as income allocation. With this strategy, we determine the income you'll need in the future and dedicate a portion of your savings to generate that income in a popular income-producing product that has many benefits, such as safety of principal, safety of all gains credited, allows an opportunity to earn an above-average rate of return, and in many cases has an absolute minimum guaranteed income stream. We can build our plans around this absolute minimum, and the rest of your savings is yours to do with as you please. Most people simply choose to invest the difference in well-managed growth positions, and it's fun to see with a reasonable rate of return how long it will take to restore their account balance to what we had before we made the income allocation. Now think about that statement for a moment. This means we will not only have the income you need during retirement, you'll also have all the assets you started with at some point in the future. Candidly, ladies and gentlemen, with such an option available, why someone would take a big gamble with their future rather than choose something so much more certain is a complete mystery to me. But again, it goes back to my first review point. Who really is being served by your current broker or advisor, you or their company? Now, if you're just joining us again, this is Michael Andersen with the Safeguard Your Money Show. I work as an investment advisor and financial educator with offices in Easton, Annapolis, and Cambridge. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. The theory behind the asset allocation model was severely tested in the last crisis, and in my opinion, it failed and cannot be counted on going forward. There's another theory that is being challenged right now, and it's called the 4% rule. This rule is used by many advisors as a guideline with regard to how much of your savings you can afford to withdraw in the first year of retirement. This theory, like asset allocation, was formed during the last bull market from 1982 to 2000, when interest rates were higher and the volatility of 2000 to 2002 and 2007 to 2009 hadn't occurred. Now, with the low yields on lower risk fixed income investments and the volatility shown by the stock market, some studies have found that as many as 57% of the people using the 4% rule will run out of money during their retirement. Now, if you'd like a couple of the articles written on this subject, just call our office. We'll prepare them right away. But think about that last statement. Up to 57% will run out of money. That is a serious crisis. Half of a generation could be completely broke because of a flawed theory that is still being recommended today. Interestingly enough, the magazine Barron's just had an article in their November 11, 2013 edition called Revisiting the 4% Rule, and it states that the man who formed the theory in 1994 is retiring, and he has serious doubts the strategy will work for him. So, unfortunately, for many people, this theory that was founded almost 20 years ago, that many people have pinned their retirement dreams to, seems to have some shortcomings and was very short-sighted in factoring in the market events over the time span of 2000 to 2012. With income allocation, we deal with certainty, not theory, and knowing that your income target will be met. In most cases, we'll have an increasing income stream in retirement. That's in the case of a married couple cannot be outlived by either party. And this strategy effectively frees up a large portion of your asset base that no longer needs to be used for income generation, allowing you the freedom to do as you wish with your money. The one thing I've learned in my time in this business, ladies and gentlemen, is that true security in retirement is found when the retiree has adequate income to meet their monthly obligations and luxuries. When your savings can be used for other things simply because your income is more than enough for you to live on each and every month. I've found that when it all gets reduced to the most basic element, the foundation of a secure retirement that includes a peace of mind that allows you to live the life you've worked so many years for, that boils down to one word: certainty. One retirement income strategy lacks certainty, the other one provides it. In my opinion, income allocation should be what you base your retirement lifestyle on, knowing with certainty that your income is not going away and you won't outlive it, rather than hoping that the market performs and you can live the lifestyle you want. But you'll always have that doubt. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen, hope is not a strategy. Thank you for listening today. It is my goal to bring value to you each time this show is broadcast, and I trust that we've done that today. If I've covered a topic that has you concerned, please call our office today and schedule a time for us to sit down and try to remove the concerns from your retirement and allow you the peace of mind you deserve. As I mentioned earlier, my name is Michael Andersen, and in addition to my investment advisory practice, I'm a financial educator. You can find out about my various classes and workshops on my website, safeguardmoney.com, or by calling my office at 410-690-4894. The information provided in this program is intended to be of informational and entertainment value only. Nothing should be construed as a personalized investment or insurance advice. All investments carry risk, including the risk of potential principal loss. Before making investment decisions, you should carefully consider the fees, expenses, risks, and past history. You're encouraged to consult with a professional investment, tax, or legal advisor. Michael Andersen, Registered Investment Advisor, is a Maryland corporation. Our Form ADV Part 2 is available upon written request. Thank you, and have a good day.